You might think that this last section of Colossians isn't that important. It's just Paul talking about the people he works with and sending them greetings. But that's the amazing thing we can learn from this section. Ministry is a team game. Paul talks about the people delivering this letter, Tychicus and Onesimus. He sends greetings from those people with him, including Epaphras, who started the Colossian church, and Dr. Luke, who wrote Luke and Acts. He sends greetings to people in Colossae, as well as to a church in a town nearby called Laodicea. He emphasises that this letter really is from him. He wants them to pay attention to the whole letter, because he, an apostle, has written it. We can see from who Paul talks about in this final section that the team for ministry is made up of all sorts of different types of people. There are Jews and Gentiles, men and women, people whose full-time job it was to preach, people who had other jobs too, and, although most of the people Paul speaks of here are free people, Onesimus was a slave. It doesn't matter who you are, everyone who trusts in Jesus can and should be involved in working for the gospel. We know gospel ministry is preaching, but it's also other activities too. Paul tells us that not only did Tychicus deliver the letter, but he also took news of Paul to the Colossians. He was a faithful minister of the gospel, and Paul was confident that him being with the Colossians would be an encouragement. Epaphras, we're told, wrestled in prayer for the Colossians. Even though he was far away from them, he continued doing serious gospel ministry with them by praying. Nympha hosted a church in her house. We see from this last part of Colossians that gospel ministry is made up of many different activities as well as preaching, and is done by many different people.